And welcome back to another Tales of Tribute game, going first today. And our opponent is going Orgnum and Pelin, so some very power-heavy rushing decks. Let's try Hunting, it's been a while since we played Hunting. Let's have some fun. We are going first, and we don't have quite enough to get any of these cards, and all of these cards are really good. Early Pelin usage. I don't think an early Pelin usage is very good here because it's quite likely I feel my opponent may in fact get his own Pelin usage ahead of me. Okay, it's possible. It's a 50-50. Either he gets the Ansei plus Fortify on his side and then we're in big trouble this turn, or he doesn't have it and we're not in such big trouble. If he doesn't have it, then we get the Armory. So this was a gamble. It was a gamble. Even if he does manage to get it, yeah, it's not immediately obvious. Plus the even with the Alessia agent, that might be yeah. So basically, I was gambling that he wouldn't be able to turn the Ansei to his turn. If he wasn't able to do that, then I pick up the Armory next turn. Now he finally shuffles it back to his turn, and he picks up the that one, which is quite more than reasonable. Our plan right now is to rush our opponent down. We probably should get rid of his shield bearer with the Black Sacrament first, and we can start working on our economy a little bit now. We get rid of the Fortify. I think economy is the way to go this game. I really want to start to be able to afford expensive cards. That one power from the Armory is not going to be that useful since we already have one card that generates 5 power every turn. If we are rushing our opponent down, we want to find cards that toss or donate things away. Not very much stuff available here. Only the Almalexia donate thing is useful. Uses the I'm not so sure about that. Our opponent used the Ansei thing to buy something instead of using power. I'm not so sure about that. Like it's like I feel like he should be rushing me down because I have an Armory. He should at least try to match me in power at the very least. Anyway, we managed to shuffle back Ansei to our turn. Ansei is always going to be our favorite next turn because we have the Armory on our side. Not easy for our opponent to pick stuff up. Easy Conquest pickup here. This one is should be no questions about it. Conquest is a great card and very annoying to deal with. If we are rushing our opponent down and we're buying lots of power, I think Conquest is a very good pickup. The Mori House pickup is mainly for his anti-agent stuff because my opponent did pick up one agent. It's a slightly annoying agent as well, so something that we do need to deal with in the future. This is all nothing. Our economy is also nothing. Do reveal a Chainbreaker starter. That one's worth 2 power. Not the worst. It's also worth 3 gold. I think that's reasonable. That's a reasonable pickup. So our deck is kind of big right now. We are picking up some nice cards, but it's also getting a bit unwieldy. There's a lot of random cards, not really comboing. Basically this means we're gonna draw Armory less and less. If we were really going pure Armory rush, we would have just picked only power cards and ignore everything else. So something to take note of. He got a super combo with the Orgnum. Very unusually enough. It's not always that you get, and he's picking up more rushing cards down, so he's going pure power generation right now. This means that maybe I should pick up a more conservative approach and go more economy to try to eventually overwhelm him, because if you're trying to rush someone down, it's always I don't think his rush is that fast. He was just really lucky with Orgnum that turn. He doesn't really have that many other Orgnum cards. We could pick up Hell. Basically, I'm considering whether to pick up Hellshear Herald or not. It's a big fat agent that's 3 power and 3 toughness, and it's not easy to kill. That's basically it. And in this case, we can actually, I do want to draw it next, because if we draw it next turn, we can use our Armory again. So if we do that, shuffle it to the top of our deck, we're drawing it this turn, and then that means we can guarantee we draw Armory next turn, which is not something our opponent wants to see. Really. Priestess of the 8 is something that we really want badly as well. That one is gonna give us a lot of draw potential in our deck. So let's pick up Priestess of the 8 actually. Why don't we just do that right now? We can do that with our current stuff by using Chainbreaker and our Alessia Rebel. That's just enough power. That's just enough gold to pick up Priestess of the 8. And then with that, we can use a Hellshear Herald to shovel the Armory and the Priestess to the top of our deck. And that's gonna be now we have a quite an annoying field of agents on our side that our opponent's gonna have a lot of trouble dealing with. He's gonna generate a lot of power this turn because he has a lot of power generating cards, but that Hellshear Herald is gonna tank a lot of it, and that makes me very happy. Because now we can Priestess of the 8 into something good, hopefully. And oh, Marchon, that March on Hatu. That one is something that we want to pick up. I unfortunately don't think we have enough gold to pick it up, so whatever. Way of the Sword is minus, because we don't get the combo off with the Conquest. I think that might have been a mistake. But let's Orgnum back. Sorry, you got any Orgnum back, so we gotta use Orgnum back every turn. We got a good combo off thanks to us stacking our deck very nicely last turn. So if our opponent wants to use Orgnum, we are just gonna use Orgnum back every turn. And now we have a nice another Ansei combo going here. He's shuffling another Chainbreaker Sergeant into his deck, which it gets less good the later the game goes on. We are playing with some very powerful cards, right? And he uses that to buy a card. No, he should use it to generate power. That I strongly disagree with. I don't think that was worth buying a card with at all. You should use it to generate power. Yeah, power. We can even use Orgnum again. That gives us 2 more power. It brings us a little bit closer. 27. We're pretty close to victory. We have an army in our deck, so we are, and we can buy that imprisonment. There's a lot of things we can do that's going to make life very difficult for our opponent. He buys the imprisonment to try to catch up with us. And we're just going to armory this turn essentially. Armory and maybe Orgnum again. That's not unreasonable. Ragpicker is also nice. That'll help us a lot as well. So a couple of options here. We do need to kill his agents as well, especially the soldier. And yeah, we have just enough to do that plus Ragpicker. Although we should technically have Ragpicker first to see what was revealed, but that's still okay. Now the problem for our opponent right now is that we have. Is he getting a super Orgnum combo this turn? Not quite. Not quite, but he has managed to match us. Anyway, problem for our opponent is that essentially he has to kill our agents, including this big fat guy, because otherwise the value it generates is just crazy. That armory and conquest, yeah, just exactly what I was looking for. And we can start using Orgnum again, just to generate just a little more power. To get just a little bit closer to prestige victory. The thing is, our opponent's deck is much bigger than ours. The fact that it's so big means that it's much more unwieldy. Not so he should have killed the Morehouse first, otherwise to get an extra gold, but that doesn't really matter. We have managed, because I mean we already got the value of our Hellshearer Herald. We have stacked our deck so perfectly that we have just the most insane good hand ever, and that's gonna give us the victory this turn. Because yeah, we got power, more power, more power, and more power. And that's the victory right there. So yeah, that early Hellshearer Herald, that Herald pickup really helped us stack our deck more. That's one way that you can help to draw your armory more often if you have one of those kind of cards. Those extra armory uses propelled me to victory that turn. And my opponent just bought a lot of very early rushing cards. Early rushing cards are good, but they tend to run out of steam later game. So that was basically why. Yeah, these are so many early rushing cards. I think a bit of power every turn, but I think I bought the overall more effective cards. And yeah, so yeah, that's the game. Let's see what rank we're at right now. 64, so not much change there. But anyway, thanks for watching.